So this is AUPH, and this is a small baby bio company that is developing a lupus treatment, and they're currently in phase 3 trials. And as you can see, it had this enormous run, um, and then it crashed. It's kind of a pump and dump type deal. Months have passed, and then today it spiked about $1.50. Because it's going to be on Mad Money tonight, and Kramer's going to talk to the CEO, and that's going to be at 6 p.m. So it's now 4, and I shorted it because I think that this is going to be a prime example of sell the news. Nothing has changed between yesterday and today. It was at 6.50, now it's at 7.50. Nothing has changed with the underlying company. All this is excitement for the marketing and exposure. And a lot of times these excitement pumps, these anticipation pumps, kind of come to a head right before the actual news result or catalyst is announced and presented, and then at that point it tanks. So I'm thinking that probably either during the conference or after the conference or sometime tomorrow, this will crash back down to somewhere around 6.50. I'm sure it'll pop, at about 6 p.m. It might pop during the conference. And like I said, I don't know exactly when, but I'm pretty sure that, this $1 buildup here is going to be released, and once the news comes out, and I think this will be a great example for selling the news. So we're going to short sell the news here in anticipation for Kramer's Mad Money conversation with the CEO and presentation, and then hopefully we'll do well with this. So AUPH, I currently have 750 shares at a cost basis of 743, so we're pretty much at break even right now. I liked this double top and then the weakness. So once I saw this pull back from here, attempt to break out, and then fail to break out from this point, and then pull back again, then I went ahead and shorted it. And I think I'm going to make this a clean 1,000 share order. And I'm going to do that right now. This is aftermarket order entries. I'm on my E-Trade software, and I have AUPH, sell short. Let's do 250 shares, limit order, and let's say $7.50. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Peaked out at about 770. So if during the conference people get excited and this breaks out above 770, this might go up to 8. So what I'm going to do is put in 250 limit order for $8. That's a psychological round number point. That's where I think that it'll get to. If it does break 775, I think it'll get to 8 and then maybe crash. But either way, if I get 250 more shares at $8 during a little excitement pop during the presentation, between 6 and 6:15 or 6:30 or whenever, I think that'd be a nice fill point. I'm not going to do it right now at 741 because I'd like to leave this as an average up amount. Instead of just solidifying my position at 743, I'd like to leave that gap. And save it. So I'm going to send this through. I'm going to double check at AUPH, selling short 250 at $8. That's a limit. This is extended hours. So we're going to put that in, and that'll sit and wait. And then that will be filled. if this runs up to $8, and then that will help me average out higher if I need to, but I'm pretty sure this is going to do what we think it's going to do. So that's in there waiting, and now if we look on the platform, you can see that 250 sitting at 8. That's live, that's ready, and yeah, there's a couple other positions that I'm waiting on to crash, but just ignore those right now. They're not, I don't want to use those as examples. This is just, yeah, I have a couple here that I am waiting on to crash, but this is us right here. We're waiting at $8, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so this is the kind of stuff you're gonna have to deal with. Look, my internet's out. It's 6:48. It's in the middle of the conference, and it started tanking on the news. Sure enough, so I just had to go on my phone, and through my phone, I closed my position at about $7.20. I think it filled even lower than that. I think it's down near 7 now. Yeah, it's at 7:14. So it crashed all the way down to here right during the conference, and that was a perfect sell the news example. So once it started crashing, I quick canceled my $8 additional scale up, and then I just waited. And then once it hit bottom here at around 7:15, 7:20, I just covered through my phone because the freaking internet's out, and you have to do what you have to do. So let me look, E-Trade loading. Yeah, this is crazy. So let me just get the internet back up, and then I'll show you how everything went down. I wish I could have showed you the actual logistics of ordering it, putting in the order to closing the position and watching it crash live, but I think this will actually be an even better example because you get to see the kind of stuff you're going to have to deal with if you want to be a day trader. There's always something, and you have to adapt and figure these things out, and you have to be able to get it done whenever things aren't perfect. So give me a minute here, and I'll pick up once I get this sorted out. So got internet back, and as you can see, we sold the news at about 7:43, and it tanked, and I closed out, and then it trickled back up, and I wanted to see if it would continue crashing, and it looks like it's going to continue crashing today, and it may come all the way back down near $6. So I'm going to actually short a little bit more right now, and I'm going to do that through my E-Trade pre-market. So let's see. See what the level 2 looks like and see where we can get in here. So 705. 705 is the highest buyer, and in order to short sell, you have to sell shares initially. In order to sell shares, you need to sell them to a buyer. So 705 is the highest bid. So right now, if I wanted to enter a short position immediately, I would have to open my short at 705 limit, or I could place it higher and let them try to reach up to it. But I really think this is going to crash hard right from the open and then fade off back down to 650 or maybe even 6. So I'm going to go ahead and let's do it at 705 if we can even see. It's tanking even more. I'm going to do a 7 limit because I may even miss 705. Now there's sellers at 706 on the level 2. All right, so let's do it. Come on. Yeah, so this is absolutely tanking. Let's do 1,000 shares just to open. And let's do a $7 limit. So I want it $7 or higher, extended hours, and let's get that in right now. Okay, let's place order, and there we go, I'm in. You see it populate right here. and I'm in. AUPH now, you can see 1,000 share quantity, and our cost basis is $7.03. So anything under $7.03 we will be profitable. And this is what it looks like when you usually open short positions. Is usually initially you'll be in the red and you'll be down some money, and then you wait for the crash. So you may miss the top by a couple cents. Like here I'm in at 308 and it's at 320. Here 703, it's at 708. Here I'm in at 243, it's at 248. It's hard to get the perfect top, but that's why we take small positions. We leave an equity cushion. Look, I have 26,000, and we have only 7, 6, 13, 14, 15, about 16,000 of it wrapped up. So I could be very, very wrong about these to the point where I'm down over $10,000 before I have to get an equity call. Now that's important, but we try to get the top tick, but you can't always get the top tick. But anyways, that was a little ramble, but I'm just trying to make points wherever I see them. But AUPH, we are now at 703 for 1,000 shares, so let's see how the morning develops. So sure enough, it looks like it's continuing to crack here. Here was the initial drop and then the bounce. We're at 703 and it just cracked 7, so now once this goes here, we should get a nice little free fall, and I'm probably going to cover into that next drop here. So we got AUPH 1,000 shares, limit order. And it looks like it might go. You can see with super high volume, the level 2 is not as useful because it changes so quickly that it makes it hard to count. And another step down. This is kind of a cult stock. It has a lot of followers and really has convinced people that it's the next big thing. So people buy into almost every dip religiously. Let's do 500 right now. I don't like the fact that it's hanging up there. Actually, let's just do it. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Nice. So let's do 500 at 691. 692. Let's cover half. Just to lock in some. And then I'm going to give this a little more time. I'll probably give it another couple hours. I kind of changed my mind. I think we're going to close out the entire position. You can see there's a little bit of support here at 690. And then at 689, there's also some more support. I don't want to hold this thing through a bounce. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and take profit. So let's cover off 500 at 690. Actually, yeah, there it's going even more. Okay. Yeah, this is still going. $85. Wow, 84. 83. Okay. I'm going to cover right now. Come on. Alright, we're out. So yeah, that's a complete example of selling the news. AUPH is featured on the Kramer's Mad Money, reiterating news that we already knew about. Nothing new had happened with the company. We got in on this first crash from 743 to 714, and then into the bounce in the pre-market morning. We re-shorted it for this morning crash, and it's probably going to come all the way back down to 650. But right now, we just locked it in for another couple $100, or I think like 160 from this trade, and then we made a few hundred yesterday. So this is how you do it. You just wait for these good setups, and then just take your gains when they're there. Take small starter positions in case that you're wrong. You can average up, and it doesn't hurt you. And that's pretty much it. Now it's bouncing back a little bit, and then it'll probably fade off for the rest of the day into tomorrow. But hey, we're out. It's 10 a.m. Got 150 so far this morning, and there's another 100 that hasn't showed up yet. So we already made $250 this morning in 30 minutes doing things like this. So that's that. That's selling the news.